What's up, Coach Kyle here, and I want to show you what it's like when somebody comes to me for coaching and they are kind of getting into it, basically. So when I have somebody and they're like, "Oh, I haven't been running very much." She has this Scottish runner. She's in Scotland. She has a half marathon and a Tough Mudder on the agenda for later this year, mid-year, and you can see I took these from her Strava, and she has 4 runs in the 160s for average heart rates for these 3, 3, 4, and 6 miles. And so, number one thing, and this is super common, I give my clients, new clients here, just a doable plan. They tell me, what's your availability, what days work best for a long run, what days work best for harder runs, what days work best for no runs, and you get a custom plan. Everything is designed exactly around what you've been up to, what you need to do next, and your schedule, your availability. And so for this individual, the number one goal is to get her running more consistently and frequently. And so I put in for the next couple weeks here, for example, 3, 3, 6. She just did a 6 miler, 3, 3, and 6. So roughly what she's doing, one extra run. But the next thing I'm going to tell her is you need to slow down. Super common. The average heart rates in the 160s mean that half of that run, she was in the 170s, maybe 180s. And so I don't have her Strava pulled up at this moment, but that is way too hard. If you want to be able to safely and sustainably not get hurt, but run more, you need to slow down. That is true for most runners. And so, I was running this weekend with me and 2 other guys. We are, sub 3 marathoners, 120 or fast, 120 something, 10 or half marathon. Our 5Ks are in the 5 minute something paces for the 5K. And we were doing a 9 minute mile. And so full, and that's a 120 or a 130 something heart rate. And so for a lot of people, this runner included, it's going to be running as slow as you possibly can, walking the uphills. Just because you are running slower, just because you are walking, does not mean you are not benefiting physically and mentally from that run. You will be able to run further, more consistently, more frequently. Your stamina you will preserve your stamina during these runs. You won't fatigue and slow down. You will probably get faster over the duration of a run, and you will recover better so you can run more frequently and more consistently. And so, I had a runner of mine in the UK, and he did 30K on, I think, a Friday is his long run day. And he posted a story saying how he just felt he couldn't get over how good he felt the day after running 30K, because he felt fine. And he's like, this is amazing. And that is the power of truly easy running, is you can run more consistently. You don't fatigue. You feel good during the run. You feel good after the run. And so goal number one for this runner is telling her to slow down, giving her guidance on that, and giving her accountability on that. And you can see here I plugged in some strength training. She's just, sprinkling in a little strength work. She's very much just getting back into it. And so for her, this hip phase 1, it's a 15-minute follow along video. No equipment is necessary other than, it's nice to have something under your knees, a yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, I told a guy today, I've often done it outside, and I'll just fold up my shirt and put it under my knees. And it's simple, takes 15 minutes. Once you go through it a few times, and if you want this, let me know, I'll send the routine over. Just comment below. And it's simple, it's straightforward, and you can do it a few times, go through the follow along video, and then you can kind of really just do it off memory. And you can do it off memory pretty well. It's fine if you forget a couple of the movements, but twice a week after 2 of the harder or longer days, you're going to feel stronger 4 weeks after doing that. After running easier and getting stronger with strength work, you're going to feel really good. And you're going to have nailed consistency and frequency because it's in the plan, you're being held accountable, and it's easy. And so she has a history of shin lower leg problems. And so week 3, I put in a lower leg, foot, and ankle strengthening balance routine. And this is something that I actually do a version of this every single day while my coffee is brewing. And, I do a full body thing, but I start with this lower leg routine, ankle circles, working on some balance, some big toe strength. So this will set her up not only to be a stronger person, a stronger, more efficient runner, but more injury resilient at the same time. And that's true for running, but also true just for your general living. It's always good to be stronger and to have better balance, have a lower injury risk. And if you can do that in under an hour weekly. You just got to do it. And sometimes having it in the plan, having somebody with some expectations of you and some accountability will make that happen. It will almost make it easy to do that. And so here, going into the second half of February, she's progressing a little bit, some strides, some short hill reps in there. And so, for these easy runs and strides are 30-second accelerations once per mile or so. They're not sprints. They're like chasing a ball that's going out into the road, not like chasing a kid that's going out into the road. And for a runner like this, and for most people, like walk for 30 or 60 seconds after each stride to catch your breath, to get your heart rate down. And doing the strides on uphills or downhills during the run can work on different muscles and different characteristics of your running, working on doing a downhill stride. And I'll often do them where during each mile, if I come upon a nice downhill, I'll go into a stride. Downhills, it works your quad strength, your leg turnover. Doing them on uphills works your lower leg, foot, and ankle strength, your hip drive. And so easing her into that. And you can see here, along with the running and the strength work, I have gratitude practice and some meditation on her preferred rest day, a running form analysis to be done later on in the month. And I put in a little bit of how to bring new shoes into your rotation. What are your self-care instructions? That was a really cool video I watched. And so, putting little things in like that. Diet log, so somebody can just record what they eat for 3 typical days of a week, and touching base on that, for example. So little things like this, but this is, roughly, exactly for this runner, how I initially put a rough draft in. So my next steps with this is I'm going to film her a similar video to this, and I'm going to ask her, how does this look? What do you think? Do you have any questions, any suggestions? And then let's go from there.